So on this episode of Fish Addictions, we're putting on our Youth Kids event. We're gonna have a very large tent set up on Little Detroit Lake, and we're gonna house a whole bunch of kids in there.
We're hoping to have about 200 kids underneath the tent with their parents, and every kid walk away with a prize.
Now this weekend, we're talking some real cold temperatures in the Detroit Lakes area. -10 for a high on the event day, but we've got a large event tent set up with a bunch of cannon heaters. We're gonna keep it comfortable for the kids that show up.
And for everybody that comes, we're gonna have True Moo hot chocolate, free hot dogs, everything that kids want to do, drawing inside the trailer.
Yep, we're gonna have Nancy Kep, one of our pro staffers, doing a fish identification station, and then also Doug Miller showing them how to use a Vexilar, so a little bit of education. And then we've got a real treat, Scott Albrecht, the ice pro from Ohio, is gonna be emceeing the whole thing. Now this guy is a character.
Now throughout this episode, make sure to look on the bottom part of your screen for all our sponsor logos. Click on those for more information.
Stick with us, this is Fish Addictions TV.
Addiction, the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. An addiction is not desirable. It is something that overtakes your life. But what happens when an addiction can't be stopped? An addiction is stronger than any one drug with only one cure. The cure is not rehab. It is not medication. It is not a counselor. The only cure for us is the water beneath our feet, the rod in our hands, the anticipation of that next big bite, and the camaraderie we all share.
Fish Addictions TV is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
So last year we did the first ever Fish Addictions Kids Day on the ice. And what we did is we set up a 140 by 40 foot event tent out on Little Detroit Lake in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.
And what this all entails is we've got a 40 by 140 tent set up on the ice, event tent with heat in it. Try to keep it comfortable for all these kids to have a great experience. And it's gonna take 12 guys, 8 hours to get this tent up and going and ready for Saturday. We're at about 200 holes with this Ion today, 6-inch holes through about 14 inches of ice, 15 inches of ice. We're on our third battery, so do the math. This thing's killing it today. Last year was just kind of a test to see how many people would show up. Now we know, and now we just we learned a lot from last year. A lot of people commented from it, so I think that'll be really good. Basically that's it.
For more information on Fish Addictions TV, check them out on all their social media.
The weather last year was not very good to us. We started out the day with freezing rain, and then it turned into blizzard conditions shortly after that. With this weather conditions, we still managed to get 147 kids registered in the event. Every single kid left with a prize. Now, this year, we're looking at brutal cold temperatures. It's a high of -10 today, but we got a lot of heaters set up inside the big tent. It should be a pretty good day. Travel conditions are good, and we're looking for a good turnout.
Cheetos too. This is a very good strategy. I like coffee.
So we flew in the Ice Pro from Ohio himself, Scott Albrecht, to MC this event.
Oh man! Awkward hugs. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Woo!
He kept things going from the moment we put a microphone in his hand about a half hour before registration. The guy just kept it rolling. The kids were having fun. He was getting them cheering left and right.
1, 2, 3, fish!
This is a great experience to have him running the microphone.
I'm gonna break some records today, man. North Dakota can't handle this. Woo!
If I had to describe Scott Albrecht to anyone that has never met him, the only term that comes to mind is unrestricted energy.
So the Fish Addictions team totally rocked out today. They had a lot of kids at the Fish Addictions event. 198 showed up to fish 215 holes. We were 17 kids away from being completely holed out.
Tell me, how excited are you? Super duper, extra duper, super duper excited? Like true blue hot chocolate excited? Okay, cool.
It was a really neat event, man, and it shows the dedication. You know, talk about it's all about the kids. We're gonna do ice fishing for the kids. We're gonna teach kids how to ice fish. Well, Fish Addictions, man, they're taking it to the next level. You can't put this type of thing together without a whole lot of support and a whole lot of guys backing you, and that's how they figured out how to do it. So no, it was a great event.
It's great being able to come out here and help these kids learn more about different techniques, jigging up fish, different spoons, different jigs, techniques, setting up houses, learning how to read a graph, what a fish looks like when they come up, how they react to your bait when you're jigging. This is something as a kid, when I was a kid growing up, I would have wanted to go through. I think every kid should go through this.
So what we're doing today, we're just taking the kids in from the Derby, get into the 6061 Eskimo here and kind of warm up a little bit and show the guys how to, or show the kids how to use the Vexilar. Right here we have FLX 28, but it's gonna work basically on the same principle that all the Vexilars do. And what we're gonna do is try and show them how to catch fish with this thing. So this knob right here will actually turn up the signal or down so that we can look a little bit closer. And you'll feel that tip bump just as soon as that fish comes up. Usually what'll happen is the red will meet the red, and that'll be a strong signal of a fish next to the metal lure.
Us as experienced fishermen teaching these kids the ins and outs about fishing is it's amazing. Every kid should go through this. Every kid should learn how to fish.
we had an awesome turnout today. We had 198 kids register, and every single kid that showed up left with a prize.
Look, you just caught a huge Florida plate. How sweet is that? Yeah, is ice fishing cool?
Growing up, I had, an awesome opportunity that I had a family that loved to fish, and I like to share that with a lot of people. And, having all the kids coming out this weekend is a great opportunity to introduce them to, fishing.
Exact same time. I'm guessing the fish took one and then tied up with another. That's exactly what happened.
All the time and hard work we put into this leading up to that kid catching that fish, that big fish coming up the hole, that smile on their face, smile on their parents' face. I mean, that's what it's all about. Kids coming out here, having fun.
It's a very rewarding experience to have so many kids out and interacting with them, seeing the smiles on their faces and catching fish, and just hanging out with that many future anglers in the sport of ice fishing. It's very rewarding, and it's something I really enjoy doing.